Hi, welcome to my podcast, The Happy Hacker with Ambition. That's me. I have ambition. At the moment, I'm a very angry happy hacker with ambition because Indy Pony has smashed out of her electric fencing. I have got two batteries. I have a leisure battery and a normal battery, and my leisure battery just suddenly goes. It's a new one, fairly new one, and it gives the impression that it's fully charged, and then suddenly goes, oh, I have no more charge left. And Indy took full advantage of that yesterday, and bless her, Laura, when I left in the morning, she was in the right place and was all okay. When Laura came home from work in the morning, wasn't quite the same story. And again this morning, I am later down. I'm working on Friday, which is quite unusual for me, so I changed the day I have my domestic food delivery, and so that it would be all right for my husband, so he doesn't actually have to do anything. And I'm going to do a shout out to Asda here. The lovely Asda driver said to me, it's fine, we will carry your shopping in for your husband because we know he has mobility problems. Isn't that just awesome? So, thank you, Asda. I mean, I have been really impressed all through the pandemic with Asda, because I was never an Asda shopper before, but I am such a convert. Anyway, so I've done that. So, I've just put Indy in for the morning, because when I came up to give her her food, although being on the wrong side of the fence, she was also just a little bit lame. There's no heat in her foot, there is no pulse, but she was a little bit lame. So guess what, I'm poo picking, you can hear that, can't you? I'm just going into Laura's to do Laura's first and then work back and catch up with mine. So not a happy hacker. That was difficult to say. Today, I put her in with some soaked hay, and she's really grumpy because she's in. But that will just we'll just give it time to see if it is just a tweak, because she had smashed the electric fencing down and was in the wrong part. So, oh, Donnie's got a new rug, new fly rug. That's smart. Quite like that one. I'm going to go and have a look and see what that one is. Laura said to me today that everything was smashed down, that her horses had been naughty as well. So it must be the spring grass kicking in now. And actually, it is worth comparing. I'm looking at our fields, which have always got grass on them and are always really good. And I'm now looking at our winter field next door, which obviously has been rested. And since we've had that little bit of rain, the difference in height on the grass. So what you've got to remember is that's what your horses are eating every day. They are eating that down. So worth remembering that. Looking at the jumps. Because actually the ground's quite soft here, so I might be able to jump home today if she's sound. So yeah, it is. The comparison is quite amazing. So I'm sitting there going, okay, they're eating that. This year, what we've done is Laura's let Bally and Hector into the schooling paddock. Well, not the schooling paddock yet, but into the jumping paddock, so that we don't actually have to get the lawnmower or me bring my ride on mowers, like Dean knows, and cut the arenas for ourselves. So we've let the horses nibble it down. So it looks like Hector, who's feeling great, Laura's older horse, is going to start being hacked out again because he's being so naughty. So we're going to do that. I think she's done. Oh, no, she hasn't. So we're going to start doing that. So that means that he has got her hacking buddy back, because she does love going out with Hector. And they've packed out for a long time now together, so it's great to see it. So that was this morning. I'm just going to go and check out Donnie's new fly rug, because it is pretty awesome. It's got a belly flap, and that's obviously what all my fly rugs need to have, and it seems to fit in quite nicely. Dons, can I just have a look? Oh, it's an Amigo Evolution. Well, we'll have a look online and see how much that is. I love copying. I like Laura to do the test purchase, and then I can see Pixie's looking fabulous. Gosh, there has been some shenanigans down here, all the skid marks in the grass. So that was first thing this morning. You can hear the RAF flying overhead. They are doing practice manoeuvres, and they are doing low flying as well. So if you hear them very loudly, I'll have to stop recording and do this. So I have worked 2 days this week, and Laura has very kindly done my ponies for me in the evening. I only managed to do one morning of her poo picking, which is awful of me, I know, but I had Indy out yesterday as well, so that's why I took the battery home and I've charged it up. And I've decided that although it's a big purchase buying a leisure battery, I actually think it's a really good idea. So I will go and get, because they do stay and they are designed to be recharged. So I'm going to go and do that. So my day off today is very much catch up with poo picking. I cleaned my tack from when I had my last lesson, so that's all right. That night I came back and cleaned it all. So that is okay. So I'm ready to rock and roll and ride today. We are entered, as long as Indy is sound, at a new jumping venue for us, which is Western Park in Norfolk, not Western Park, the other one, which is show jumping on, I think it's Saturday, it may be Sunday, I don't know, I would have to get clarification. It's a venue that used to be a riding school many years ago, and a friend of mine managed it for a short time before she purchased her own yard. So I have many memories of Western Park with my first pony, Joey, and I think Joey was very nappy, and Joey's way of being nappy was to rear. And because he was my first horse, and because he was so green when I got him, and because I absolutely adored him, I had no idea what I was really doing. But I think that's like that for everybody with their first horse. Well, I haven't done one over there, sorry, I'm just checking it out. So I've just done the Donnie and Pixie poo picking. I've been in the show jump school and done that. Just pick up the rest of it. Yeah, so he used to rear, and I think I had a bit of a reputation of being, I am a wimpy rider, you know, I'm not brave, and but I did trust Joey absolutely implicitly, which was quite funny, because he could rear and do all sorts of things. And I remember going for a lesson at Western Park with Joey, and it was in the indoor school, because I don't think they had an outdoor school now, but it's been changed. It's not a riding school anymore as far as I know. Oh, I think it might be, I don't know, I'll check. But it also has, you know, there's a livery yard, and they've spent a lot of money on it. It's got a cross-country course as well, I believe. So we're going to go there. And what Joey did on this particular day was he just stood in a bit before we went down into the indoor school, just rearing constantly, up, down, up, down, up, down. And it's amazing. I think it's a bit like the people that you've heard on Twitter or on TikTok with the badminton reaction to it. They are keyboard warriors. Well, at that time, they were stable warriors just watching, and everybody was shouting at everything, like, hit him, put your legs on, do it. Everybody had an idea, and I was just sat there and I just thought, I know that if I just let him get it out of his system, it'll be fine. And my friend Tigger, who was there, who was actually running it at the time, came out. She went, just leave her, she knows what she's doing. And because the instructor who was going to teach me came out with a lunging whip and decided that the best thing to do would be to crack that lunging whip round Joey's round his back legs. And I just looked at him and I went, not going to work, can you just go away? But I was a little bit firmer than that. And that's when, as I said, Tiggs came out and went, just leave her, she'll be fine. And then Joey finished his 6 very high vertical rears, kicked him on, went down into the Indale school, and I had a really nice lesson. And this girl came up to me afterwards and she went, I always thought you were really wimpy. She went, I take my hat off to you, there's no way I'm getting on your horse. And I went, that's fine, I'm not going to let you get on him. So that was my Weston Park memory. So it'll be really interesting to go back and see all the changes, because it has been owned by Tamsin and her team for a while now. And I'm talking, well, Joe's been dead a very long time now, so I'm talking many, many years ago. So it'll be interesting to see what is going on. So that is the plan for the weekend with Indy. Eek, we are convinced, Laura and I, that she has tweaked her leg. Do not go into Indy's paddock, Tia. She'll be furious. I've left the gate open because I was I led her out to put her into the stable after I put the electric fencing up. So yeah, I think she's tweaked it, or Jessie said that it was the opposite. When I checked her, it was the right leg. When Jessie came, there was a little bit more swelling in the left leg than there was in the right leg, and there was a small pulse. So Eek went in for a couple of days, no, for a day, and I gave her half a bute, because Tia has bute every day because she's 28, and apparently they are all surprised, all the vets that have seen Tia go, oh, what, she's not on any, what, you don't give her nothing? And I went, well, no. But because Tia is very stiff now, we have been giving her, under the guidance of the vet, some bute. So I thought, well, I'll just see, because if it is an abscess, it won't make any difference. Of course, Jessie was worried that it could be the dreaded laminitis. But Eek is actually weighing less than she has done previously at this time of year, and actually has lost some weight. And she was fine. So in the evening, just resting it so she wasn't wandering about made quite a big difference to her. And actually just now she was going to go in, try and get into the stable before India. I think she quite likes going in when she can just have a little snooze. So that is, and then the next day we trotted her up, checked. There was no difference in the heat or in the leg, the swelling in the leg by not going out. Actually, I would have thought she would have been stiffer by being in, but she actually wasn't. Trotted her up, and Laura looked at me and she went, she's absolutely sound. And I went, yeah, I thought that. So trotted her up, and then I rode her out with Laura, and she was fine. She went out, we had a nice short fast hack, me, Eek and Bally, Laura, so it was fine. We did that on, I think we did that on Monday, because I didn't work on Monday. So we did that on Monday, in between fitting in everything else I had to do on Monday. So, oh hello, I hope they haven't got a dog. So somebody walking along the path, I think all the horses have gone to the path. So I'm just hoping she's not there. Let me just do this. And believe it or not, Blueberry Bear is on her way to me. Oh, as I said that, she's gone back. They have got a dog. Blueberry! I'm here! Bloobs! Here! Hello! That took a while for Blueberry to work out what direction I'm. Hello! Come here, Blueberry! She's still looking, bless her. Here she comes. I hope you didn't beat anybody up. No, of course I didn't. There's a good girl. Right, you stay with me. I've just put it back on the lead. Is it all right? I'm assuming it's okay. Yeah, they put the dog on the lead. I don't think Blue... Did you beat it up? No. It's all lies that I beat things up. You stay with me. Sometimes at this time of year... Well, what Blueberry's doing is she's chasing for rabbits. So she's not really interested in anybody else, but she's chasing baby rabbits. Good girl, stay. Just let them walk past. Come here. Come here. Yeah, so Eek was fine. We had a lovely gallop. The ground, because it was after the rain, so it was soft, and Eek was fine. Jessie said that I may have to consider doing shoes on Eek, but we'll wait and see. Indy's now pacing in her stable doing circles. It's all right, Indy, calm down. Tia has gone into her bit, so I'm basically still poo picking. So that was that. I had a jump lesson with Laura because it had rained at home. I did a flat bit, and then we were jumping, and basically Indy and I both got told off by Laura because we were hurling ourselves at the jump. So we had to do everything slowly, and then trying to work into a gentle rhythm with the canter, which is what I said after we went out on our when we hired the arena and went out jumping. So that is my homework. Laura just, at one stage, she just put her head in her hands and just went, I give up on you two, which, you know, Indy and I obviously are a bit naughty. So that's a quick update on everything. Just poo picking Laura's big field now. So pretty. I'm working tomorrow, Friday. I'm going to a different place to work on Friday. That's a joy, you know. Being freelance, it can be a bit hit and miss. And I've been asked only because I don't think they've got anybody else available that they can ask. I think that's possibly it. I'm like last person to call, I think. But I don't mind that. So I'm going to follow somebody tomorrow, and then I will be working in Cambridge on Monday, and then I'm working in Norwich Tuesday and Wednesday, and then that's me done. And then I think I've only got one day's work the following week, which is absolutely fine because I've got so many other things I've got to do. And I really want to just ride my horse. Laura and I have booked to go on the course and paid our deposit. We'd really quite like to stay at the venue when we're going for our 2 days training, but it's proving extremely expensive to hire a caravan or a mobile, you know, not caravan, but oh, I see what she's done. Clever girl. So what Laura's done is just cut the arena, the flat work arena, just giving them a little bit of time. So she's extending the fencing. Clever thing to do. So she's trimming it, so it's great. Better to have horses' teeth on it than us cutting and wasting the grass. So yeah, I mean, somebody quoted me £750. We want to hire it for 4 days maximum. Well, 3.5 really. Pick it up, half day, deliver it. So really we only need it for 2 nights, but that is such a ridiculous amount of money. And then the next one up to actually get what we wanted is over £1,000. Forest Edge actually has got a couple of lodges that they've built, and I would like to have stayed in that, but it's already fully booked, which is a bit of a shame. But it is only down the road. But the problem is that you do miss out on the discussions after, you know, around the campfire afterwards about what you've done and stuff like that. So we'll have to wait and see what we do. We're still negotiating it. We don't really know what else to do. So that's the quick update for the moment. I'll give you a show update because it's gonna be all three of us. It can be great. So it's going to be Lucy doing 30-40, me doing 40-50, Laura doing 60-70. So it should be really, really good fun. Where have those people gone? Do you know, there's a distinct footpath and people just walk where they like. Anyway, yeah, they have. Blueberries going, I'm not allowed up there. No, you're not. Anyway, I am the Happy Hacker with Ambition. Hopefully Indy will be fine. Sun is shining. There's quite a stiff breeze today. Grass is growing. Take care with your laminitic ponies. Take care with all your ponies and horses, because it's not just small fat ponies that get laminitis. It can be anything. So if you're at all worried about anything, call your vet. If you're looking for advice, go to World Horse website. They've got some really good advice. It's free. They've got pamphlets you can download as well. They've got all sorts of things. They've got podcasts that updates you on what to look for, how to weigh take your horse. It's really, really important that you do that on a regular basis and that you keep a record of it. I've got that up on my chart. I've also got it in a notebook that I do. And that way you notice anything slightly, and when the vet asks you, you can go back on your book and you can say, look, this is what started to happen. So they can put their finger on something. It only helps you, it helps your vet to get you the best care. Anyway, like, share and comment. I am the Happy Hacker with Ambition. Thank you so much for listening, and I will update you after our event. Hi, welcome to my podcast, The Happy Hacker with Ambition. Well, we are just leaving Tamsons at Weston Park. Gosh, it did bring back some memories. Honestly, a lot of money has been spent here. Oh, it's called Weston Equestrian Centre now. So there we go. It used to be called Weston Park. So we all came. Oh, that's just Indy, just being a bit of a wombat. We're just driving home now. Well, it was really interesting. It's a lovely, friendly place to be. It's because it's a big livery yard, so a lot of the people there were livery owners, and there was us as well that came. Well, there were probably about 10 other boxes as well with horses in, and it was very, very lovely, very relaxed. And it was on a surface which is always brilliant for Indy. It was a very nice surface. Indy jumped 40 clear, and then we did, we've been used to time sections, and so what they then did was you did a jump off against yourself round half the course again. There were no spread fences. They were all straight bars. And it was very good, and Indy and I came second, which was really nice. Originally we were, oh dear, that's not good. Originally we were given third. It's quite bumpy, this bit of lane, and then they said, oops, sorry, really sorry, but we've made a mistake, and they called for the things to go back, and I went, oh well, never mind, and I did that. Lucy rode absolutely brilliantly. She got a rosette, she got all 4 faults in the first, in the 30, which really is a little bit too small for Don-Dons. And then they did a clear, but they were a slower clear than that. I think they came 6th, but no rosette today, which was a shame. So I kind of felt a bit guilty about that, but and then she was sitting on him in between, this was in between, and a lorry came up and parked. And Donnie, for some reason, we've never known him do that. Laura says he's been bad once before when a lorry came up really close to him. He reared. Gosh, Lucy sat that brilliantly. Laura had him anyway, but she sat perfectly. She was so good. She's such a brilliant rider, and her round was brilliant. And then I did 50, and I'm really pleased. And we got a clear round in the 50, and then we had to go. And as I took her to go into the 50. Before, and I was leading her in. Oh, there's loads of cars coming now. I was leading her in. She fly-bucked before I got on her. So I thought, that's good. Calming Cookie didn't work this time. But I think because she's been out and she's broken through and had quite a bit of grass this time, I think it may be the spring grass kicking in there. Anyway, so I rode her. And we got round and we flew round, and she did really well. And then Tamsin said, go on, you're in the jump off bit now, and I went no, and Indy fly-bucked quite a bit with me in there, and they were so sweet, they were so supportive, everybody was so supportive, and I just thought, oh my god. But in the back of me I could hear Laura saying, if you don't ride her now, she's going to remember that, and she's just going to take the mickey out for you again, and all that hard work from August will have gone. So I wasn't. That was a very big lorry in a very narrow lane, and so I thought, well, I've got to do it. And Tamsin said to me, do you want me to walk with you into number 1? But Tamsin was on the other opposite rein that Laura would have got hold of, and Laura went, I'm coming in. So bless her cotton socks, Laura came in, walked with me, and I just flew it. So it was really good. And they gave me a cheer when I finished. I got 4 faults in the jump off because I let my outside rein go, and she dithered, and so I had to bring her around. We refused it. So had to keep her going and get her around again. So I'm really, 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 really chuffed with myself because that was all my fears. And bless Laura and Tamsin and everybody who cheered. And I just said, that's why I was so frightened. I said, that's how I lost my nerve in the first place. And she said to me, she's got a lovely little pop, just got to keep her going. Which is exactly what Laura tells me every single time. So really, really chuffed with that. And then we had to wait a bit longer, and then Laura did 60, 70. She got a clear in the 60, but not a rosette, and a clear in the time section, really good. And then she did the 70, and she just knocked one in the 70, which was a shame. But they were all uprights, and there was only one spread in that. But Bally looked really good, really, really good. So it was a fun day out for all of us. I think Lucy and I both had our fears tested, but I think we both did okay. I know Lucy rode so well, and Laura was saying to her afterwards, she said, I think you should be doing 50-60, and I think she should as well, because I think the little pony is better behaved when she's being ridden forward, and I think that we should all be doing that, and perhaps I should be thinking about doing 50-60. Sorry, it's when somebody drives out towards you. Just so you know, this is on a microphone and it is all hands-free, so I'm not doing anything. I'm just driving along on a really slow bit of track here. I think I'm going. Actually, it's been resurfaced with the little stones, and as usual, the little stones have all disappeared where the big lorries have gone, and it's off. Right, now we're coming up onto the other bit. So it was a good day out. It was very warm. It wasn't you didn't have to wear show gear, which was great, which was just as well because the horses had slobbered over me earlier. As Indy has been munching grass most of today, I'm going to turn her out now. Washed her down. I'm going to turn her out with a grazing muzzle on overnight because she has been stuffing her face with grass as we've been up there. And it was really lovely. They were still going when we left. I think they were doing 80, 90. Don't think they were going to do a metre. So it was nice. It was a very relaxed atmosphere, and it was lovely. I think everybody was lovely, and I really enjoyed it. So that's the Happy Hacker with Ambition this weekend signing off. I'm chuffed with what we did. We all had a good day. I think Lucy and I both tested our riding skills, and I think we've done well. Laura always looks brilliant. That's the best warm-up I've seen on Bali. I filmed it for her, and actually I don't know where. Yeah, I filmed it for her, and I just think it was really good. So I don't know what we're doing next weekend. I actually think it might be Laura's Friday, Saturday night, which would mean no show jumping next weekend, probably midweek, but I will wait and see. As I said, I am the Happy Hacker with Ambition. Laura, Lucy and I need to go out and do a bit of dressage now. We're going to do a 3-day event. So we need to get, I knew that car was going to turn in front of me. We are going to go and get some practice and do some dressage, which means changing a bit for me, so it should be fun, and see what happens. Anyway, I am the Happy Hacker with Ambition. Like, share, comment, subscribe to your podcast provider, and thank you so much for listening.